Have you ever thought like what exactly is consciousness? Where did these all words come from? Consciousness, awareness. We can feel awareness inside us, but what exactly it is? No physicist, no scientist have been able to exactly describe, show to you like this is consciousness. So do you sometimes think like, is it just something abstract? If it is abstract, then how does it exist? And if it is real, then why can't we see it? Have you ever thought like this? Then don't worry. Today in this video, I'm going to teach you based upon my knowledge in yoga, what is consciousness according to Vedanta and my own personal experience, because me being a yogi, I can explain what is consciousness to anybody. So stay with me till the end of this video and let's take a walk in this forest. Let's talk. So I'll divide today's video into two parts. Number one, what is consciousness, in which I will describe exactly what consciousness is and the basics about consciousness. And second part is what is the source of consciousness. Consciousness also has a source. Just like, if there is heat somewhere, that means there must be fire somewhere. It's just common sense, right? So same way, consciousness is within you, within me, within the animals, within the plants. That means there must be some source. Otherwise, where did consciousness spread out in all the living beings then? Isn't that a valid question? But we'll get that later. First, what is consciousness? Consciousness simply means light. And I'll explain what I mean by that. In the subtle world, things are dual in nature. That means, there are so many mosquitoes coming here. Let me just spread them out. So, dual in nature. That means there is darkness and there is light everywhere, okay? So, but in the subtle world, you will not be able to see those darkness and those light from naked eyes. But, however, with the subtle eyes, yogis can see that light and darkness both. Darkness means Maya and light means consciousness or soul. And we all have consciousness or soul within us. All the unintelligent species or less intelligent species, I should say, like plants or these insects that insect that just sat in front of my screen camera just now, but whatever, to the mammals, and the developed species, all the way up to human beings, we all have the same soul or same consciousness. Consciousness is same, okay? But just like light in its own nature, look, listen to me, okay? I'm going to give you very important thing. Just like the light coming from the sun, it's just white light, but that light, when you pass it through some black colored glass, there comes black color light, green color glass, green color light. So light changes color according to what kind of glass you pass it through. Same way, soul is same, but if it goes inside the insect's body, it becomes an insect. It becomes less intelligent. But soul itself is not less intelligent. You have to understand the difference, okay? The body is less intelligent, the mind is less intelligent, the soul is just bound in there. That's why it is like this. And in the same way, human beings, if a soul comes inside a human being's body, then it becomes intelligent because of the advanced tool it has, the brain, the spine, all these things, because human body is an advanced body. It's not a primitive body. It's not an insect body, That's why the same soul, different bodies, different kinds of life. I gave you the example of the same light of the sun passing through different mediums, passing through different color of glasses, and then coming out as a different color. You wear a black color glass, you see the word black because the black color, the glass turns the white light into black light. So if same soul is passing through the life of a mite, through the life of a rat, through the life of a rabbit, elephant, human being, whales, birds, everybody, then does soul have a source? And this is so interesting. I can't wait to answer to you now. Okay, so now that you have understood that soul is a light, darkness is the mind or Maya in the outside world also, not only inside you, me, and every living species out there, but outside there also. That means soul also must have a source somewhere. Somewhere it must have descended down to the body that you are in, right? So where is the source then? So the thing is that in order to find out the source of the soul, you have to find out first of all, who is the soul? Or in other words, if I have to say, who am I? Who you are. That's why yogis always say, ask this question to yourself. every human being, on earth must ask this question to themselves. Who am I? Even though a lot of people might say that this might be a stupid question to ask, who is stupid, that will be proven later. But, this is a very common question to ask, in my opinion. Because if you are a human being and you don't ask this question, then who else will ask this question? Because we human beings are known to, solve complex problems. We human beings can think. We are the only species on this planet who's got the ability to think and think rationally, think logically, solve a lot of problems. We've done a lot of great things, in the outside world. That means we can do a lot of great things. We are not incapable of discovering these inner secrets. And the yogis have done it. Yogis have done it. Those who have questioned, they have discovered. There are so many people who didn't see gravity, yet nobody questioned, is there mysterious force called gravity here? Sir Isaac Newton asked, he discovered this invisible force called gravity. Same way, if something is invisible, doesn't mean it is undiscoverable, or doesn't mean it doesn't exist at all. So yeah, after roaming around in the forest, we're back in the same place. So the things you've learned in this video today, let me just summarize it. Then I'm going to give you something new also. So wait, it's not over yet, right? Yes, soul does exist, and yes, soul does have a source. You can give the name God, you can give the name superconsciousness, you can give the name consciousness or higher consciousness, whatever you can give, but it does exist, okay? Because it is scientifically untrue for effect to exist without a cause, for heat to exist without a source of heat, So since consciousness exists in all of us, that means the source must be one, and there must be one source. But the only problem that we have is that we cannot see it with our eyes, because it is not a physical thing. Like physical thing means something where light bounces off and gets into your eyes, then you can see it. But light doesn't bounce in the space. That's why we cannot see space. Light doesn't bounce in the gravity. Light only curves in gravity. Scientists have found out that there's light curving because of heavenly objects. That's why soul cannot be seen. That's why there is a word called self-realization. Okay, if it was being able to something that you could see, then you could just say soul vision or something like that. But we say soul self-realization. We can realize ourselves by being more aware, by going in the path of yoga. And I'll make a separate video about this, but let me just give you some gist information. Yoga means when the soul goes towards its source or the supreme soul. That means yoga. Okay, I'll definitely make a separate video about it. We cannot talk everything in the same video, but just a small thing I want to tell you, so stay with me here. When you become a yogi, and through yoga you just realize yourself and the supreme self, then you become one. Everything becomes one at that time. Just like there's no more river, there's only one ocean. Okay, every river meets in the same ocean. Same way, your soul, when it meets with the supreme soul, you become one with that. Okay, there's no more difference between you or anybody else. Difference is there when you come and restrict yourself to the body only, and then see everything, see the outside world with the body being bound by the senses. That's when you feel like differences. That's when you feel like duality. That's when you feel like good, bad, evil, beautiful, ugly, tall, short, all these dualities. You just become entangled into the Maya. So I want to personally thank you for watching till the end, if you are still there, and encouraging me to make videos on this type of topic, metaphysical topic, and if you are also interested in this kind of topic and you want to learn it from a trained yogi like me, then please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button, and I will definitely come in the future only in this kind of topic, only in the metaphysical topic, only in the spiritual topics, things that cannot be seen, the exciting world of the spiritual world, but in a very scientific way. So if this is something that you like, then I hope you'll stay with me, you'll subscribe. And till the next video, I want to say thank you very much again for staying till the end, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.